we are going into games. Again, this is a doubleheader tonight. You're watching the StarCraft 2 Community Team League, and the first match that we have up is going to be Young Money, Cash Money Billionaires versus NRG, and that is going to be a best-of-9 series. So the first team that's able to get to 5 games won is going to move on to the semifinals, and the one who does not, we will sadly have to say goodbye to them for Season 1.
Yep, and this is our last regularly scheduled cast of the StarCraft 2 Community Team League Season 1 Gallegation. It has been a ride, my friend.
It has indeed been a ride, a blast off of one, and we're kicking it off, or rather ending it up, in quite the blaze of glory with 2 matches tonight, so you're going to get your money's worth.
And we're going to jump right on into it. And in the upper left-hand corner of Phoenix Cluster, it is going to be from YMCMB Moose Gills.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, representing Team NRG, playing Terran, and in the green trunks, it is Demo.
Before we get too far here, I was playing StarCraft today, so I realized my sound is all loud and stuff. I'm going to bring that down for your listening pleasure.
That would be good.
Actually, switch my
Vlogistan is wondering where I reside, that I don't have central AC. Well, I'm in Michigan, but we do have central AC. It's a really crappy apartment building, so my room in particular doesn't get great airflow. So that is why it gets warm.
I live...
In the rest of the rooms, it's very pleasant.
I live not far from Gallegation in Michigan also. We do have central AC, but my little studio area here is in the basement, and we do not have great AC airflow to the basement, because if we did, it would be a refrigerator.
Yes, it would. Having been down there, I can attest truthfully that that is the case. So it looks like our good Zerg friend here, Moose Gills, is doing a little bit of a scout, trying to make sure there's no Terran shenaniganry going on the outside of his base there, or at the top of his ramp.
Yeah, looks like a hatch is going to be going down there as there's a drone headed towards the natural. And there it goes on 15. That's a little bit of an early hatch, isn't it?
15 or 16 is usually about right.
Yeah, but this drone is going to get in here, see if he ends up deciding to harass this SCV. That's always a pain in the side. Looks like he is doing that. Where's the SCV? But he's going to come in and see the gas. That's what he was looking for. Wants to know if there's going to be some Reapers coming. Which that is looking pretty likely, as there comes the Reaper right now. This is like the best scouting tool in Heart of the Swarm, I have to say.
I don't know about the best, but it is pretty useful in the early game.
I mean, think of how early you can get a Reaper out and how much scouting you can do with it. And think of any other race. You can't have a Zergling out. I mean, you can, but you're pretty far behind to do as easy of scouting. You can also get blocked out, can jump cliffs. Protoss, the Mothership Core, I suppose, is pretty early, but not as early as that Reaper, I don't think.
I guess if you're just specifically talking about early game scouting, that is, I would agree with you there. But in scouting,
not
in general,
overall scouting, early game scouting.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. They definitely work very well as the early game scouts, and I mean they're able to get some harassment off on those workers too. They can get some decent kills if the opponent is not prepared to deal with the Reaper.
What you gonna be doing there, Mr. SCV? What you gonna be doing? Ah, there it goes. Factory's coming down. He was taking a smoke break there or something.
He was playing around with the good old Reaper, but now the oops, that was a little bit of a misclick. Lings are coming out targeting that Reaper. They did start to target that extractor, but were pulled off very quickly, and the Reaper, being speedy off creep, is going to just run and try and do more damage down at this natural. It didn't get a whole lot of healing done there, though, so...
You know, honestly, one of the cool mechanic that would be probably totally screw the balance, but would be interesting to see, is if other units slowed down on creep, like it made their feet sticky, you know?
Ah.
Uh-huh.
I am in support of this change.
So it looks like we're going to have a quick expansion from Mr. Demo here, as that's going to be coming down. He got a good scout out, didn't see a whole lot of pressure coming, so he's going to feel comfortable about that. Starport coming down right away, too, as soon as the factory finishes. Switching that for the reactors. We're going to see some Hellions here, folks.
And why not? You know, there's Zerglings on the field. Speed is about half done. Not a lot of Queens yet. There's no Roaches in sight, so that is a very good idea, as Hellions traditionally are pretty good against Zerglings, believe it or not.
Traditionally, it depends on how early the Zerg goes for roaches, but doesn't look like that's in Moosegill's plan at the moment. As he's getting his lair. That is
That's
a pretty
right.
early lair, my friend.
That is a very early lair.
6-minute lair. So, I mean, usually at 6 minutes, you're just kind of typically starting to put down your first gas in a lot of builds.
And frankly, he's doing this somewhat blind. I mean, he sees the orbital command
Oh,
from
no.
What happened?
The B button is right next to the V button, so we're going to see this instant replay of this Reaper coming back up the cliff. So what I was going to do is click this and hit V, so we see what Moosegills has seen, and he hasn't seen a whole lot. All he's seen is the command center, barracks, and 1 gas.
Right, so he doesn't know specifically what tech is coming down, and so it's like I said, it's a little bit of a blind transition straight into lair there. But he has a plan with this, and does see these 2 Hellions and 2 Reapers coming forward. So he's going to have to get up there to deal with it.
What do you think his plan is going to be? I mean, would it be
With that
going
early of a
for
lair?
meatless? I mean, Swarm Host is always an option. I always forget about that when I see an early lair, but
Yeah,
it seems like most often when you see that early lair, it's almost going to be like Swarm Host, because people don't usually go for mutas that early, especially against Terran.
I don't know. I'd be surprised if we saw Swarm Host. I don't remember the last time if I've ever even seen Swarm Host.
Tuesday,
against
didn't
Terran.
we see 2 games of Swarm Host?
Yeah, but not against Terran.
Yeah, that's true. Does have 2 mines here at the front wall, so that's pretty cool. It helped him kill that Overlord a little bit easier as the Viking gave it vision over that little cliff. This map is cool. It has a lot of high ground areas where you can hide Overlords, so that's neat. But Moosegills does see that there's Hellions, Reapers, and a Viking out on the map, so he's going to be pulling his Overlords back in a bit closer so they're not quite as vulnerable. But he still hasn't taken a 3rd base.
No, he hasn't, as he's going for those 2 base Mutalisks. That Spire is about half done now.
Alrighty
So he
then.
definitely has a plan here.
Oh, and that's an interesting placement for that Spire, too. It's right in the middle, so Demo's not going to really be able to get in to see that all that easily.
I do like it when people when Zerg puts their tech kind of at various places, because while you can only build on creep, you know, the temptation is to just kind of all build it in one place, but then as soon as you get scanned, all your tech is revealed. So spreading it out like that is definitely a good idea to try and keep it hidden a little bit longer.
I just think a lot of people don't really check the natural for tech buildings. Oh, but
Not-
here comes in a
not
bunch of
usually.
Hellions. The Lings come out to try and get this round, but no, a couple hits get off, and so many of those Lings in the red. One more hit will take out so many of them, so Moosegill's got to be very careful, as it's going to take a few seconds for those Lings to heal back up.
It definitely will.
Oh, look at the
Decides not
third
to press
base
the
here.
issue, though.
3rd base going down towards Demo, but he's... Oh, gosh dang it.
You gotta stop pushing that B
Unbelievable.
button.
Anyways, the 3rd base going down here towards Demo.
Yep, that's going down there, and
He does see it. So he's gonna. That's an interesting move to expand toward your opponent this early in the game, also. But maybe he's thinking with these Mutalisks that he'll be able to defend that a little better. But Demo's not gonna have that. He's sending all the Hellions in to start roasting away at this hatchery.
yeah, and that is not going to be able to finish.
Oh, big
as
mine drop in the
Moose
main.
gets-
2 mines go down. 1 mine gets a shot off, but he did lose 2 of those in that medevac. Oh, another big shot on those Mutalisks, but not enough damage to kill them, and they will heal back up pretty quickly.
Yeah, currently Moosegills is taking a bit more damage than Demo is, but he does have those Mutalisks out now. Oh, he decides to let that 3rd base finish, and it does fall.
Oh, but they're coming on down. There's nothing here that shoots up, so this medevac's gonna get taken out after it loads up.
There's not really a whole lot of options there, so I don't know if Demo was potentially caught off guard by this Muta switch, but we do see, you know, Marines coming out now, Vikings being produced, so the
Those
advantage of the Mutalisks are not going to be long-lived.
Those mines spreading themselves out on his main base and near the turrets, putting down a couple barracks, so you can definitely tell he was going for more Marauders and Hellions, but that's going to let these Mutalisks do a ton of damage. Besides these mines and turrets, he only has 3 Marines.
And now, too, as one does go down, Moosegills is kind of poking around the corners of the map, and if he's not careful, he's going to take a mine shot here.
I do like this little set of rocks here behind the base. I mean, rocks do take a long time to take out, but that can be really good for Zerg and offering another attack path there. Uh-oh, somebody in the obs says he's got 6 drones and a geyser. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he sure does, the one in his main, and that is going to hurt. I mean, that's the risk of pulling. I mean, this is true for any race. Anytime you pull SCVs or any type of worker out of the mineral line to try and prevent some type of huge damage done by a drop or aggression, getting them back in the right places can be a little bit difficult, especially when you're doing a million other things at the same time.
So we do say centrifugal hooks being researched, so Moosecale is going to be moving towards some banelings. Giving that baneling speed, +1/+1 is about done. +2/+2 for Demo is about to finish, though. So Demo is going to be way ahead in the upgrade. So if he can get a bunch of Marines out, some Marauders and Mines, I mean, he's going to be in a pretty good position. It really depends on what Moosecales can get done with these Mutalisks, because so far it hasn't been a whole lot.
Well, the upgrades that just finished were actually just Terran weapons and armor 1. 2 is being researched currently.
This is the Master Grandmaster division of SC2CTL, so both of these players are Grandmaster. There was a question in chat about that.
Moosecales has gotten the Overlord speed upgrade, so his Overseers are going to be a little bit faster, able to keep up with his army as he is trying to spot mines. And those Mutalisks continue to try and be useful in various areas, but do run into a few mine hits.
Demo going right for 3-3, so he's gonna. Oh, sorry, that is 1-1. So the upgrades are
2-2.
1-1 finish, 2-2 now en route. I thought there was a different color tinge to 1-1. So Demo getting 2-2. So upgrades are almost identical, where I said they're ahead before. Also getting drilling claws. So these mines, Biomine just being so strong lately, and he's gonna be able to mass up some mines here with those drilling claws and be able to do a lot of damage.
That's right, but there are a lot of banelings here, and they're running around to a strike. I mean, typically the Marine Mine Medevac combo is really strong against this composition from Zerg, but with this many banelings and...
Galatian, there's a drop with the natural. Looks like a Medevac full of Marines. There's a lot of drones dying. Moosecale not paying attention. The drones are just slowly wandering away. Marines getting a nice patch there so the Zerglings can't get us around. Doing a lot of damage here with this drop, and the Mutalisks are going to come up and, pick off all of these Medevacs here, it looks like. Oh, or none.
At least a couple. But, you know, it looks like Moosecales had a little bit of an indecision there as he tried to pull back his banelings, which are now heading into the third base of Demo. He's forced to raise all that up. And banelings are moving in, taking out all those workers.
Yeah,
it looks like they're going to be
a lot of
headed
those
for the wall
banelings.
now.
He's going to get a nice bust on this wall.
Yep, absolutely is. But there are a lot of mines there, and decent connection. Not great, but not terrible.
Still
they
one
do go
mine
down now,
off. The Mutalisks are going into it.
Yep, there it goes. But so much of Moosecale's force here is getting cleaned up. He's really only got the Mutalisks left.
And this Medevac is still here that had the Marines in it. All the Marines did finally get cleared up, but I don't really think that was all that fortuitous. The workers killed 22-19, so that fairly even. But if we look at the units tab, it's 46 SCVs to 49 drones. So I mean, we are on a pretty even footing here. If we look at economy.
That was a fairly even trade, with the exception that Moosecales did lose a base and was not able to take out the base of Demo.
He has expanded again to that same base that got spotted before, but Demo obviously does not know it's there now. But interested, I thought maybe he was going that way first to try and protect it with the Mutalisks, but he's been surprisingly inactive with the Mutalisks. They've just kind of been flying around the middle of the map.
Well, he's trying to do what he can, but frankly, Demo's base is just so well defended with the turrets and the mines and the Vikings that they really don't have a weak spot to exploit here.
Yeah, Moosecale is doing a good job of scouting around, though. He is checking the potential fourth base. 3-3 now coming down for Demo, so he's looking to get ahead in the upgrades as we look. 2-2 is finished for Moosecale along with centrifugal hooks. But looks like Moosecale's wanting to be sure that this base stays protected. Oh, a mine is wandering into the third base here of Moosecale, so we'll have to see what that is and that ends up being able to do.
And it looks like Demo's army is moving forward, going to be picking off a little bit of creep, choosing to engage somewhat here. He's got to be really careful, though, as these banelings are moving forward. All the mines get taken out.
Almost. There's still 3 mines behind that haven't gone off yet, but as these Zerglings get up here, the mines could do more damage to the bio than the Zerglings, but Demo's still in a good position because he still has a good number of mines here.
He does have a decent number, for sure. And these Marines were able to survive a lot of those baneling hits, as most of them were taken out before they were able to come down. And now Demo is going to be pressing this base again, while at the same time his mine is going off in the other base. So really, limiting the economy of Moose Kills at the moment. And sure enough, Demo's moving in for another attack up at the base that's just about to finish, so he's going to be hitting 2 strikes at the same time.
Wow, that's great timing by Demo to come in right as that finishes. I mean, of course, he does have that mine there, so he knew when it was going to finish, but Moose Kills doesn't know about that mine either.
No.
All the Banelings didn't come in. Looks like he traded 2 Banelings for 3 Marines. Not the best trade there, Allegation.
Definitely not ideal, but it is still cleaning that up.
Demo doing a great job of keeping his forces split, keeping pressure on from many angles, harassing this 4th base over here as well as the 3rd. Looks like he didn't get this taken out this time, but Moose Kill's definitely on the back foot right now. Oh, a mine shot on that queen, so he definitely knows it's there now.
More mine hits going off. So many Banelings are getting taken out before really connecting. Some inefficient trades, and I mean, there's just still so many mines here.
Yeah, that was a nice split on those mutas there, so those mines didn't really get a whole lot done, but the mutas in these low numbers aren't going to really be able to do a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, Moose Kills, yeah, there's the GG.
There's the GG. So, I mean, Moose Kills definitely was on the back foot going for Mutalist so fast. I mean, he skipped his 3rd base, he went directly for mutas, and I mean, yeah, Demo protected well against it, so you could say he either wasn't very active with them or Demo shut them down. But either way, that was a choice that I think just really put him back from the very beginning.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get a leg up and try and get some damage done quickly to stop the quick movement into the mines and the Vikings. Unfortunately, he just wasn't able to get that early damage done as quickly as he would have liked, and therefore he has been eliminated from this match. And